managing burnout versus acknowledging the root cause of the burnout. I live in America, but I travel globally. And one thing I always say is that in America is where I work, right? But when I travel and I go international, that's where living happens. I remember the first time that I experienced burnout. It was like in 2018, 2017 or something of that nature. And I was on tour with a group of individuals, the shifters. And I remember we're going to stop, nonstop, state to state, right? We're not getting paid a lot of money. I'm selling a few Crownz, making maybe a couple $100 each stop, but you still got hotel, you still have transportation. And essentially we doing all these events for free and we speaking to people. And it was a lot that we gave every single day. I gave as much as I had. And it felt very fulfilling. And what happened is that I remember it got to a point where we were starting to find success, but as we were gaining momentum from the movement that we had, right, I felt like I was being drained. So as we were going up, I was going down. And so there was like this correlation, this adverse correlation between the success, right, and how I felt. And it didn't make sense because I was thinking that, oh, if we go up to this and I start making this amount of money and we move, I'm going to feel this. And it was the opposite. So when you're not taking care of yourself and you're having success, it creates that gap. And that gap becomes that void. And that void now has to be filled. So make a long story short, we end up going to the island and we went to the beach because I'm on the island feeling like this. That's what made it even worse. We went to the beach. And I remember going to the beach and putting my feet in that sand, and they had that white sand and had that piezoelectric, right, effect on me, and it rebalanced my body and redistributed the energy properly, right? And when I jumped into the ocean, went swimming, felt like a kid again, and at that moment, I felt like nature just recharged me all the way back to my full self. And I just remember making a silent pact with myself that I'm never going to a place to where I feel burnt out again. It decreases your level of success to make money, right, and become unhealthy, right? It has to be a correlating factor between, right, the amount of external success based on the momentum towards your goal and how you actually feel in your spiritual fulfillment. That's where I came up with the law of abundance, making sure that I'm always operating from a place of abundance. And that just taught me to make sure that I'm always recharging. I was telling somebody this the other day. I was telling them I was going to the doctor and they was like, what's wrong with you? I say, nah, I don't go to the doctor when something is wrong. I go to the doctor to make sure that nothing goes wrong, right? So I'm checking my blood, not because something happened, right? It's preventative. And a lot of people, they go to the doctor the same way it's like treating your car. You wait till it's smoking and then you want to go to the mechanic. Like, nah, you were supposed to do your regular checkups just to make sure, right, that everything under the hood is good. So for me, it's about those regular checkups on yourself, having a routine that recharges you, having your practices that recharge you, right? Making sure you're working out, making sure that, you're going in nature, making sure that you're learning, right? Making sure that there's a proper distribution of energy and there's reciprocation, because I think that's the biggest thing. When people talk about having thankless jobs, they don't understand that that's unhealthy. Right? People talk about getting your flowers. You don't understand that that's healthy when you get your flowers because it's reciprocation, because it's an exchange of energy. So you give, then you get. And it doesn't have to be equal as far as I give you money, right? And then you give me money back. No, if I give you money, you got to give me gratitude back. That's an equal exchange of energy. So this is why people get burnt out when they give so much and then they don't get reciprocation, right? And then they feel burnt out afterwards. You feel poor. So reciprocation allows you to avoid burnout. So do not give to people that's ungrateful. Do not spend time with people that's ungrateful, right? You have to decrease that as much as possible so that you always are living within a place of balance, able to get rewarded for the things you do, either by an internal feeling, right, of understanding why you did something, right, or directly from that person that you helped. So do not put your energy in things that you can't do anything about. It will make you feel helpless and it will burn you out fast as hell.
But, there's some people who would say, there are mothers who have multiple kids, multiple jobs, and their kids who are in school who literally like just don't have the time to do these other things. So what are like some actionable things that they can do to make sure they don't get burnt out?
10 minutes a day, find time to entrain yourself. Entrainment is the psychological and physiological connection that the body and the brain has. So every day, if you take about 10 minutes throughout your day, right, for yourself, every day you got to have time for yourself. That's the self-care time. And there's nobody on the planet Earth that's so busy that they can't take 10 minutes. Nobody. And if you're that busy, then change your schedule, right? If you that selfish with your time, then that's a disease. So you have to take that time to have some kind of self-care time every single day. See, Muslims pray 5 times a day to increase that frequency. You feel me? If you think about it, if you take 5 times out your day to just stop and be grateful to the Creator, right? It's going to rebalance you every single time. So it's like, what is that time that you take? If you just take time to be grateful, If you're going to jump into Crownz society, you're saying that I represent power, I represent knowledge of self.
Stepping in the name of drip, get ready with me. Stepping in the name of drip, get ready.
I wear the crown to just symbolize, like, I know who I am, I know why I'm here, I know my purpose.
It's abundance, it's royalty, it's prosperity, it's energy.
Put in.
Yeah.
I gotta walk with my head held high because you gotta see this and you gotta see this.
I believe that if anybody wants to be able to protect their mind and be able to think freely, you gotta get Crownz Society today, man.
Neo after the blue pill, the color palette's all black. James Bond mixed with Malcolm X in my Che Guevara era.